大家好，我们是原柚子 Studios Made for Me。好，我们今天继续回到霍格华兹。那我昨天已经把那个黑魔法防御课的修炼课题作业已经解完了，因为我今天要，应该说，你知道预录的影片会有点搞不清楚到底什么时候，反正就是因为今天是我要做那个健康检查，然后我就起得比较早，然后就比较早就想说没有事，我就去野外找几只怪，然后翻滚一下，然后就把它解完了。那我们今天就直接把那个黑魔法防御课的那个去找教授，然后我知道有人跟我讲说，就是应该说我知道就是有人建议我看能不能用解说的方式，可是我解说超弱到一个不行，所以就也是算了，有要死。我们先拿钥匙。哦，在这里。哎，这儿。
Got it.
然后上面有那个拉维亚萨。其实很快，我欠9个我就收集完了。好，现在是8个。7个。没有想到行动如此之快，是不是在外面？没有，是在里面。见了，这边是什么？楼下吗？喂，棋盘格手套。哦
Lumos。
那只有写就是在一个有火盆的地方。哦，这是那个吧？史莱哲林的洗手台，在这边说爬梭语的话，可以打开密室。话说霍格华兹的厕所是不是没有分性别？就全部都是哦，当死了！他们的厕所没有分性别，对不对？先把灯点起来，总是会跟着我走的。哦，这个要，隐形。然后我记得这边应该是史莱哲林的学院厅。哦，我找到了。
Lumos。
哇，不知不觉实战就剩5个嘞，好快哦！ 反正要先上课就对了。
Take care of everything I had asked you to do.
当然。
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand.
机器武器走。
Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay and practice.
御去武器轴是红色哎。我们先直接用连招试试看。
You seem to have a bit, but keep practicing. Expelliarmus may save your life.
哦，好吧，如果按慢一点的话，其实是可以一直连招的。
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do. What is it?
你以前也念霍格华兹吗？
I wondered, did you attend Hogwarts?
I did. I am a proud member of Ravenclaw House. Why do you ask?
I was curious as to how Hogwarts has changed over the years.
I see. Well, the castle itself, as I'm sure you have surmised, is full of surprises. I dare say more than the staircases change around here. As for the students, well, they seem to get more capable every year. Although, we got up to just as much mischief in my day as you seem to now. I used to look the other way at all sorts of roguery when I was head girl. I can tell you, however, that I did once admonish a certain Phineas Nigella's Black for enjoying a sugar quill during a lecture.
I hadn't realized that you and Professor Black were, students here together.
Appearances can be deceiving. You see, I was once wounded by time itself.
因为时间而受伤。
Time itself? I never would have imagined such a thing.
Ah, well, it was the risk I took with my prior position. You may or may not have heard that I was an unspeakable at the ministry for years.
An unspeakable? What does...
As you might suspect, I cannot speak about what we did. Suffice it to say, the job was not without its hazards. Now, I hope I've satisfied your curiosity for the moment.
You have. Thank you for speaking with me, Professor.
Keep up with your wand work. One must always be prepared for mischief, both inside and outside of the castle.
那也是一个有故事的人呢。那我们先去上草药学吗？是草药还是药草？还是我们应该先去找我嘎杜的查某囝？好了，我们先去找我嘎杜好了。看一下那个我嘎杜被冲起来。哇，终于出手了！到底是如何的情爱纠葛，产生这样的深仇大恨？好吧，你们在放风筝呢？漂亮。其实霍格华兹好像超级大。 我有时候在逛游戏里面的地图的时候，都在想说，如果我今天我是霍格华兹的学生，我一定每一堂都迟到，因为我根本找不到教室在哪里。
It is good to see you, my friend.
哦，你找我要干嘛？
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
我不能说。
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
哦，这可能很危险。
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
哦，
Be on your guard.
就是来告诉我，就是他要来帮
Beg
我。
your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
协助陌生人。是很突然的临时任务诶，到底？不要吵架！
Come this way. Think.
不要吵架！
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
哦，
Enough out of you.
Leave
Like
her
that.
alone.
Stupefy!
You'll regret crossing my path.
还来？
I'll watch the light go out
哦
of，your
感觉好像很
eyes.
厉害耶。实战指南的收藏部分更新了一条敌人类型，你可以查询敌人的弱点。好，
Hang on! I can hold them off!
I'm not going anywhere.
You take this student off of my dead body!
他人嘞，我怎么没看到了？
Release me.
过来。好哦。
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
你还好吗？
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
普利亚是谁？
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin, gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Knockturn Alley.
哦，原来是学
She's a
姐。
travelling vendor. Here's what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
研究真有意思。
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
我还以为那天只是传说，太惊人了。
Merlin. Of the legend of King Arthur.
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures.
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
真惊人。
I can see why you're so
所以梅林是史莱
interested
哲
in
林的。
Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet.
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
可以全部都给我吗？反正也只有我会去解谜。
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground.
是这个吗？
Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Revelio.
解开试炼。哦，这个。
Word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
感觉就是要点火啊！
Incendio! Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Beard! How beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
咦，
Revelio.
好酷哦！我也好希望收拾行李就像这样，哦，还可以直接离开。好诶，温室。
What's no? She growing Punja's onion again?
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root.
又是磨苹果。
Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
要开始惊声尖叫了吗？
Quickly, place your mandrake in the new pot and pat down the soil. The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
你确定他们听得到吗？现在？
Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
不知道为什么，我觉得它有点两光两光的感
Now
觉。
for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need...
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
想先跟你聊一下。
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
就是把它跟手榴弹一样，就是朝敌人丢过去啊。那边有东西。
I should think Professor Garlic would be more careful with her mandrakes.
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
好，你要跟我聊什么？哦，踩一下。
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
我很享受。
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
哦，所以直接中吗？
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the
10
Wiggenweld
分钟
potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage.
果咬
You'll
人
find
甘
that
蓝。
some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
他是不是在偷瞅人家？
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead.
为什么我先请？是不是我会被咬？
Nice work in defense against the dark arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh, well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped.
Revelio. Didn't she stop that dragon?
Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on. Grab a few of those cabbages. Just mind your fingers. I almost lost a thumb once. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
哦，收起来，以后一定有用。对，我要怎么用它？使用。哦，要压住。好。
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
我想他们应该能够派上用场，我已经开始想象。
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
可以收回他们吗？不行。好哦，我想说他们可以被回收。
I attended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
老实说，我并不在乎植物。好啦，植物很多功用啦。
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
喂，你懂花花就会帮你的概念。
But those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my.
还要4分钟。好，我们之后再回来吧。我们现在要干嘛？魔药学哦，不是草药学，魔药学。
Revelio.
哦，我听到 biang 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 的声音。等一下，我要先找那个 biang 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 的声音，应该在这里。夏普教授的正气师徽章，所以他算是一个正派的人吗？ 虽然我知道正气师也有所谓的就是派系。可以进去吗？好嘞。备忘录：正气师办公室，博尔金跟伯克斯。博尔金跟伯克斯最近在非正常营业的时候活动频繁，尤其是在清晨的时候，有可疑的货物被运到商店门口后门。根据我们对这间商店的声望了解，我们决定加派更多的正气师去支援原本就已经在监视的那柜商店，而你就是加派人员的其中之一。更多的工作。
Revelio.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Point for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
哦，就这样讲2句话就可以混1堂课，钟点费超好赚。
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
转啊转。
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
一搓，一点，这样没错吗？搅动，快速的搅拌它。你闻到什么？
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
哎呀，我居然被质疑了，所以我要先去他的办
My
公室。
parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
你为什么要知道？
Yes, but why does that matter to
干你
you?
屁事！
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather.
很灵妙的
As
羽
you'll
毛。
already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
好吧。
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
采灵鸟的羽 好。
Your potion should not be
毛皮，鸣鸟的羽毛，火蛎蛇的蛋。
Remember, precision is key when brewing potions.
Here's the fupa feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Adurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
我有时候都在想说，就是在课堂上光明正大的就是做别的药水，教授不会发现嘛？可是依据我之前的学习经历，教授确实不会发现，因为他们根本就不会来看你。
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
好吧，我们来熬那个硬的固，硬的固。哦，这个是直接自动的嘛？不像刚刚那样，就是要自己手动。好哦，剩10秒。捡起。好方便哦，就连锅子都帮你洗好了。
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening?
我觉得怪怪的。
Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah!
Get it! Again.
Oh! Dragon Dog! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
好啦，真的是。Hello.
I brewed an Edurus potion, as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
嘿嘿，好啦，我很抱歉。
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
好哦，结束吗？
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
好耶！你看看你，我看看你。
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
没事。
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise, fewer explosions.
看来卫斯理家族爱搞怪的个性也不是到哈利波特才有。
It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.
爱的囚徒，前魔法部部长艾德里奇迪戈里，居然就要跟一幅画讲话？不动。
Incendio.
不是要先让它烧起来？对，它要让它烧起来才能互动，是不是？这要干嘛？这有4个。所以这个要干嘛？这附近有什么线索吗？这个1、2、3、4，一三角2圆形，3三角4四方形，2圆形，4方形，哎，过头。然后嘞，三角形，三角形，三角形。这个是3，然后这个是1。下面有东西，我直接在这边解开霍格华兹的秘密，其他学生不会觉得很奇怪吗？这下面有什么？帝国棕色金，南瓜灯，古代奥秘围巾。我刚刚想说，居然把我关在下面。好了，所以那幅画要告诉我什么呢？
It's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
你又要干嘛
Were you calling me, Gareth?
I was. After you helped me with that fupa feather and potions, I reckoned you might be just the person I need. You see, I have an idea for a fizzing Wisby-inspired beverage, but I'm missing a key ingredient.
你不是应该好好去读书吗？
You and your concoctions. I don't know how you come up with these things.
It's a gift, truly. So, I suspect the key ingredient in fizzing Wisbies is dried billywig stings. I heard there's a store of them in Honeyduke's cellar. I'd get them myself, but my Aunt Matilda has her eye on me. Thinks I need to focus on potions class for a while, not for my own brews. I was hoping you could follow a secret passage to Honeyduke's cellar and grab a few dried billywig stings for me.
秘密通道，我最喜欢这东西了。
Of course. You never know when you might need a quick means of escape from the castle.
Brilliant, thank you. But you should know that it's not exactly quick. It's the secret bit that's helpful. The passage is hidden behind the statue of a one-eyed witch in the 3rd floor corridor. Just tap it with your wand and say, Descendium.
Descendium. 你不会找人帮你买吗？
Couldn't you have someone buy the dried billywig stings?
They're not for sale, and you never know when the cellar's going to be locked. So, the reliable way in and out is through the secret entrance.
那这样不算偷买。
Are you asking me to steal from a shop?
Goodness, it's not as if I'm asking you to rob Gringotts. Honeyduke's is more than enough, and I only need a few. It's a sweets ingredient. They won't be missed. Trust me.
你看格莱芬多果然格莱芬多都搞事。
I'll see what I can do, Gareth.
Fair enough. You shall be the first one to taste my newest brew if you can be of help. Perhaps I can convince a meat to help me with my potions homework. Get my aunt to loosen her reins a bit.
I'll need to get those dried billywig stings for Gareth if he's to finish his latest concoction.
没有，我先去找主线。格莱芬多都喜欢找事情。我们先去爱的囚徒，跟他讲完话，我们就结束。在我的宿舍。听说你找我？
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldridge Diggory. former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura Recruitment Program, at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book? And the pages?
We portraits hear more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
感觉很有趣。
This could be right up my street. Even we Hufflepuffs enjoy a good mystery.
Glad to hear you are up to the challenge. Plus, I believe you'll benefit from this undertaking. My great niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
书页对她有帮助吗？
How could a few pages of a book help her solve an old case?
Her boy disappeared with those pages, but they never found the body. Her girl was convicted of his murder nonetheless. It seems those pages could exonerate her somehow. My great niece can tell you more.
更多海伦的事。
Can you tell me more about your great niece?
Cream of the crop when it comes to auras. A star pupil here, and then an exemplary servant to the ministry. And her spark hasn't diminished one bit in her retirement. She and I often chat about old cases and our glory days. No offense, but it's nice to get away from the students and converse with someone who's familiar with my legacy.
你什么时候当部长？
When were you the Minister for Magic?
Over 100 years ago. 1733 to 1747, to be precise. The stories I could tell you. Didn't have the chance to do all that I could. I was in the midst of reforming Azkaban when my life was cut short by dragon pox. I was sneezing sparks to the bitter end.
好吧，当然你现在活在画里了，那我就去那边。
I shall go and see her right away.
Brilliant. With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there soon, I hope.
喂，可是我到现在还不会开锁咒哎，真的是希望觉得我现在迫切的想要学到开锁咒。好啦，那如果没有别的问题，我们今天先到这边了，感谢各位的陪伴。好啦，我们明天见了，拜拜。